forgot about video game review, but we hadn't done it in a while. In '97, there was only like 3 games that came out. So, but we will be reviewing WCW Nitro, and I actually remember this game very well.
Hey.
Wait.
Like there's a choice here? Good God! Pick the man with the plan. Pick D.
That was one of the best parts of this video game, right there. Is that when you pick somebody, they did their little talking.
Yeah.
Now I didn't have this because I didn't have a place. I never had a PlayStation 1. I mean, myself.
I definitely played this. I remember playing this.
I remember playing it on PlayStation, but I also think I had it on 64 because it did come out on 64. Technically, it came out on 64 in 1999. But if you look, you got to consider what year this is. Like, these are pretty cool graphics. I know we got so much amazing stuff now, but for this time, like, I remember this game coming out and being like, "Wow, man, this stuff is so realistic." But I was actually shocked to watch 2 different videos, and I think the PlayStation had a little bit better graphics than the 64, which kind of surprised me.
This is also back in the days when they just had like a health bar for you, and now it's definitely much better nowadays, where it's like you have different parts of the body that start getting weak, and it's more of a momentum meter than an actual health bar, which I think works better for wrestling.
Yeah. I would definitely not try to. There were over 100 wrestlers on this game, so we definitely will not try to go through all that. But like I said, this was released on PlayStation in 1998, and then the follow-up game, which we'll review here in a few weeks, was WCW NWO Thunder. And then after that, the next year, they released Nitro on the 64, and they added the guys from the Thunder game. So when it gets to 64, it's got like almost 200 wrestlers by the time they released it on the Nintendo 64. So I found that to be kind of interesting. But I remember playing this game a lot, and I remember sometimes I would just take forever deciding which wrestler I wanted because I wanted to sit there and go through and listen to all
the videos.
And listen to all of them talk.
I know you suggested putting the video intros on.
But it makes more sense to have somebody. Yeah.
The only problem is if we put the video intros on, we'd want to just hear them talking, and we wouldn't be able to talk about ourselves.
The game. Yeah.
So yeah.
But I also remember having a lot of, and here you see the NWO arena. I remember having a lot of arenas on here. I don't think there were any like really spectacular game modes. I think you just had like one-on-one tag team singles. I don't remember there being any kind of like special game modes in this game. But I do just remember the amount of wrestlers itself made it pretty impressive. So do you think that, because you're the video game, you're a little more video game expert than I am. I mean, I think we've talked about this before, but I mean, at this point when the 64 comes out, is the PlayStation still running on better whatever graphics system or whatever? I don't know how that works. I know we've talked about this before.
It was a little different. So PlayStation had that CD-ROM, which gave it a little bit more. They were able to get better audio and stuff like that on it. The 64 was 64 bits. I can't remember how many bits the PlayStation was, but I know there was a little difference in graphical stuff because of the fact that PlayStation had the CD, used the CD instead of a cartridge.
The cartridge.
I think it did give them a little more leeway on certain things, but 64 had like its own charm with the graphics, I would say.
Yeah, it did. It had a certain style and a certain look. I haven't got to play it yet, but like I said, the AEW game that finally came out, Fight Forever.
I know. I want to play it.
Those graphics are based on the Nintendo 64 look that we all came to know and love.
Yeah.
But no, I remember this game being really fun to play, and as you can see, I mean, like I said, it's 98, but it had pretty good graphics, and everybody actually had their actual finishers, which sounds like a little thing, but if you're a big wrestling fan, when you buy a game, that's what you want. Like, if I'm playing as DDP, I want to hit a diamond. I wanted a diamond cutter. We reviewed some games where like everybody had the same move, or like these 5 guys.
There's the diamond cutter right there.
Yeah, like Ric Flair had a backbreaker in one game. Like, that's not what we want. We want to see their actual moves. The different arenas made it cool. This was NWO time, so there were a lot of wrestlers you had both versions. Like Hogan, you had red and yellow Hogan and NWO Hogan. Same with Macho Man. You had
I was watching.
three different Stings on here. Like, so you had a very large roster.
I was watching the Giant playthrough, and every time Giant wins, he just puts his hand up. It was really bad audio of him just growling or roaring or whatever.
Look at that Nitro set. You talk about
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched one clip where they were like, I don't know if it was a four-way, but there were four guys on the ring, and the Giant was one of them. And the Giant was beating up the one guy, and the other two guys glitched out and couldn't move, so they were just doing this. They were just going back and forth from a glitch out. But again, no, this is one I know I spent a lot of hours on, and it's still not my favorite. One of my favorite. The WWF had some better. We're gonna get there. 64 was my system I remember the most because that's the first one I bought myself. Like when I got my first apartment, I got myself a 64, and I was like, yeah, I'm in the modern era now, baby.
But technically,
Wow.
This is pretty impressive. I mean,
No, this is impressive.
Look, you have the full arena, you have the ring, all in 3D. You got the entrance out there. There's some. I mean, you can barely see the fans, but there are fans
there's
out
shadows
there.
It's pretty smooth. The gameplay's pretty smooth. And yeah, just little things like, I mean, when they throw around, those look just like the old WCWs that were on the Nitro set. That looks just like the Nitro set. I mean, it's impressive to me, especially for '98. This is when stuff really started taking off.
When we started getting stuff that's closer to what we have now.
Right. And then just to have that many wrestlers on there was also, we go way back to where I can remember some wrestling games where you had like a dozen guys to choose from, and now here we are with over 100 to choose from.
Right.
And then it ends up being like 200 by the time it gets to the Nintendo 64. So
now DDP sure is spamming his moves a lot, but same move over and over again.
And I know that's Macho Man, but it could be kind of hard to tell because he kind of just, I don't know, his headband kind of blends. Oh, Hogan's interfering.
Hogan just came out. Oh, he tried to come out and help. And
match over.
DDP destroys Macho Man.
Now I don't remember that. That's interesting too. That there was a run in there. He didn't get in the ring, but that's still a little interesting. Early signs of
so they had interference already.
The Canadian Crippler. Halloween Havoc
thing.
Dude, my favorite. Yeah, and I know NXT has it now, but it's still not the same. They're not even doing it as a PLE. They're doing Halloween Havoc on TV this year. NXT's not even a pay-per-view. It's just going to be a TV special.
Man.
It's disappointing. Halloween Havoc was always one of my favorites.
Well, just because I love Halloween, so I'm with you there.
Good game flow.
Yep.
Hours of fun. It was a good one.
I
actually remembered.
I think we've said what we needed to on here.
Yeah. I mean,
I can't think of anything else to talk about with WCW Nitro.
No. This one was kind of just basic as far as like it didn't have I don't think there's a creator wrestler on this one, which is one of your favorite things.
But, you
didn't really need it on. I mean, I like to have that too. But it's because
the whole reason I remembered all this is because I had my cousin here who's not really a big wrestling fan, but he was just, I woke up, he was sleeping downstairs, and he just happened to have a video talking about WWF, was it No Mercy?
That's one of my favorites.
It was
for the 64. Yeah.
I think it was No Mercy, which came out in '98, and we'll be talking about it. Is that the '98 WWF game that we got?
I'm not quite sure, but
they said it came out in '98. So that's what made me remember it. I was like, oh shit, that came out in '98. We're on '98 pay-per-views. I'm like,
yeah.
And that was the first one to have a true creative player mode. That's one of the things that no, I guess I didn't fact check this, but that's one of the things they mentioned was it was the first.
We have interference and they didn't stop the match. That is Steve Mongo McMichael in there.
In fairness, there's no ref in there either.
Well, that's true. That's true.
But,
all right.
But yeah, according to the author of the video or whatever, that was, and I remember creating a bunch of crazy shit on No Mercy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish I could get my old copy and just look at what I created back then. But
Yeah.
it was the first game. Now, other games had like a edit option where you could edit wrestlers you already had, change the names and all that. It was practically a creative player. No Mercy was the first one to have a true creative player mode, where from scratch you create a new character.
And I know that's definitely one of my favorites from back in the day. Was No Mercy, so it'll be exciting to get to that. All right, well there you go. Video game review back. First one of the year, but yeah, and actually WCW has about 3 or 4 that came out this year, so we'll get to those.
I know Mayhem did as well.
And so did Thunder that I just talked about. Thunder comes out too.
Was it? Maybe I was thinking of Thunder. I'm not sure.
So there you go. All right.